We are delighted to have you here at the Phil SME Business Show. This is the first ever community-hosted business podcast and vodcast, dedicated to help SME business owners like you to boost your business.
Hi, welcome to the Phil SME Business Show. My name is Margo Quadra, the Partner Success Manager of the Phil SME Business Network, and I am super excited to be your host for today's episode. Today, we will be hearing about the business solutions that Optisys provides for SMEs like you. For today's episode, we will be meeting Henry Segovia, the Director of Optisys. Henry is a Senior Business Development Manager with 13 years of FinTech and finance expertise and a wealth of experience collaborating with local and global financial firms and startups. Hi, Henry. It's nice to meet you. Before we delve into the main topic for today's episode, what's your favorite Phil SME experience?
Well, aside from meeting people, SMEs, it was explaining the Optisys logo, which was intriguing to a lot of people. We have this vibrant orange octopus. So people would be asking us, why that octopus? So I'm going to explain it a little bit later, but that was fun. It wasn't your usual logo and it kind of intrigued a lot of people. And on top of that, meeting new people, new faces, and interacting with them. That was super fun.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually really intrigued by the logo of Optisys, which is, for your reference, guys, it's an octopus, an orange octopus. So I know I'm not the only one intrigued by that. So keep listening to the episode because you'll get to hear Henry's explanation about the logo that we're also intrigued about.
We were expecting to talk to less than 20 people. I think we have on our database about 50 to 60 people. That was way beyond our expectations. So it was an amazing experience.
Thank you, Henry. So from 20 people, you got to talk to like 50 to 60 people. Thank you. I'm so happy for you guys. Now, Henry, let's go straight to the point. Let's talk about the main problem you address. What kind of problem are you solving? Can you tell us a little story about it?
Sure. I want to replace your traditional Excel sheet with an ERP. I want to replace your manual work with something a bit more automated. So if you feel like you're swimming in a sea of spreadsheets, I want to create for you workflows that actually communicate with each other. If you feel like on a day-to-day basis, you go to the office as big boss or middle manager, and then you have to solve this puzzle that seems to be disconnected. My job is to create for you modules that actually interact, modules that actually speak to each other and make the day-to-day process seamless and painless at the same time, from accounting to payroll to inventory. And if you feel like your growth meets a lot of bottlenecks, I want to create for you solutions, business solutions, so that you can focus on growth and innovation.
Thank you, Henry. So the main problem that a lot of people have, especially those listening to this episode, I'm pretty sure that the spreadsheets never end. They're really hard, especially if you're not an Excel whiz. So Henry here is with us to explain, to solve the problem for all of us. So now that we know what the main problem is, we identified it with you guys, let's go to the specific answer to the problem. So Henry, can you share how your solutions work?
The core is Optisys deploys ERP. And ERP, enterprise resource planning, can be modules that could be from accounting to payroll to inventory to even HR, logistics, procurement, for example. What we do is we try to collect a bit more information about your company from different departments, different facets of the business. Letter B, I would be recommending some hosting activity or hosting storage where all these information are put together. Letter C, I would be recommending on how to generate insights from all the data you're able to collect, so that you're able to access those insights now, not tomorrow, not the next day. Letter D, I would be working on having this automation process. So some day-to-day activities or periodic activities like payroll, for example, invoicing, order processing, instead of doing it manually, they can be automated. And ultimately, letter E, all these things put together should make you create better business decisions, because you're no longer bogged down by day-to-day tasks, Excels that don't work, or security protocol issues. You can now focus on innovation and growth.
Thank you so much, Henry. So thank you for taking us from letter A to letter Z. Thank you. So Henry here wants to solve your problem by, really having you focus on the real work. He doesn't want you to get bogged down by work. So I'm really sure that you are as intrigued by I am by how the company started and the beginnings of Optisys. So Henry, we want the people really to appreciate the company more. So will you kindly share with us how the company was founded?
Sure. Optisys is comprised of individuals from, you have IT, accounting, audit. We experienced firsthand the experiences of businesses from different industries, businesses of different sizes. We hear from them stories like they have an ERP, it's too expensive, it's hurting their bottom line. Or they have an ERP, it's too complicated, they don't know how to use it. Or they don't have an ERP, they envision having an ERP, but they don't know how to go about the process. So having that knowledge, having the technical know-how, understanding their pain points, we were contemplating, what if we create for them something intuitive, something cost-efficient at the same time? It's functional, it's scalable, without all the horror stories that people attach with the concept of an ERP. So going back to the logo, you have a vibrant orange octopus. It's youthful, it's young, it's engaging, it's dynamic. You have the tentacles of an octopus, which represents the various departments of an organization, from accounting, payroll, inventory, procurement, name it. And then you have the head. That's a central database that binds together all the facets of the organization. Intelligently, it does that. Seamlessly, it does that. And we want to be that for our partners. So Optisys was conceived because we saw a need. At the same time, we're passionate about providing solutions for these companies which don't really have access to your traditional ERP.
Okay, thank you, Henry. I mean, I'm really interested in, finding out how, what your background is, because I have no idea how you went from, I don't know about your roots. I'm really intrigued. But how did you go from maybe solving your own personal problems to solving everybody's problems? What's your background?
I've been a banker for, I think, over 8 years. I work for a FinTech company at the same time. My colleagues' backgrounds are in audit, in IT, and in related services. So you have an organization where the experts can look at the business from different facets. How you sell, how you manage your procurement and inventory, and understanding security protocols at the same time. So I think it's a complete management pool we have there.
Thank you. I agree. Henry here can do everything for your business. Thank you. It really seems, Henry, that you can solve any problem out there. So now I really, I understand Optisys is doing so much in terms of providing so many services for your company. But we understand also that there are a number of different service providers that may be able to do the same thing or are offering similar services. So Henry, we just want to, hear from you. Why should our listeners consider your offer, most of all, from the other service providers?
Optisys has the technical know-how. We've done it for manufacturing companies. We've done it for a fishing company down south. We've done it for wholesale and retail companies. That's number one. Number two, we want to be your friendly experts in the deployment of your ERP modules. I get it. A lot of you are scared when it comes to ERP deployment. A lot of you are apprehensive about going through the process. We are experts when it comes to engaging various stakeholders, top management, middle management, actual day-to-day users in what we call dialogical constructive conversations on why this ERP may be painful to begin with, but we're going to provide you with hypercare. We're going to provide you support throughout the process to make sure that you benefit from it. So it's cost efficient, it's beneficial, and it supports work-life balance eventually. But more than just that, this is an organization of young people who believe that in the Philippines, ERP should not be the exclusive tool of large corporations alone. In the Philippines, given our experience interacting with companies of various background, including SMEs, we're passionate about making sure that every SME should have an ERP.
What really sets Henry apart from the other service providers, just to recap, guys, is his passion for SMEs. So you can really feel that with his words and, how you guys really work. Henry, I just also want to understand, you mentioned hypercare. Is that like your approach to taking care of your customers, or is that an entirely different thing altogether?
That's correct. After the services have been deployed, we make sure that there's hypercare. You have questions. We think there's something problematic with the system that needs to be fixed. We're going to be on standby 24/7 to provide that service for you.
Thank you. So Henry and his team will be on standby 24 hours for any issue, any problem. Okay, so Henry, for the very exciting part that I'm sure our listeners are all waiting for. So what is your exclusive offer for the PhilSME community?
I can't say it here, but if you email me at inquire@optisys.ph, we have special offers to individuals who would be sending us their request for a free consultation. Just make sure that on the subject line, you include the special code PHILSME. Again, our email is inquire@optisys.ph and the special code is PHILSME.
Thank you so much, Henry. That is so generous of you. So for everyone listening, the secret code is PHILSME. That is PhilSME. Thank you so much. I hope you inquire with Optisys today. So now, we heard about your story, what your business is really doing, how it's really making a difference in the world and for our SMEs. Now, out of the many lessons and out of your long career in finance, what would be the one thing that you'd like to share to the world?
Technology is beautiful. It expedites the way we do things. Automation improves by a mile the turnaround time for a lot of people, for a lot of organizations. But for one to succeed, you have to genuinely care. You genuinely care about understanding the problem. You genuinely care about creating solutions that fit and not force your template functional solution to begin with. And then you genuinely care about improving the day-to-day operations of individuals and businesses. So it's not just about your bottom line. It's not just about their bottom line, but it's about showing affection in the thoughtful solutions you create. So that's a value that we instill in all our employees.
Thank you so much, Henry. So, with Optisys, it's not just a business that's going to make your life easier as a business owner. Optisys is also serving you with a heart because they have, they really care about their customers. And I'm really sure that, if you want to inquire about Henry's services, about Optisys' services, just leave him a message. And he would love to talk to you about how he can make your business better. Thank you. So, Henry, we have come to the end of the episode. And this is something that I'm really sure will make our listeners and viewers laugh. Supposedly. So, Henry, anong baon mong business joke?
I'm terrible with jokes, Margo. And this has given me sleepless nights. For a lot of people, I know that ERP can stand for expensive resource planning, especially for the owners. And for the actual users, it can be expect real pain. That's ERP for them. But if you stand by Optisys, if you get the right ERP, you can have, by your side, extraordinary results produced, because what ERP does is that it empowers resourceful people. I don't think that's funny, but I think it's a little bit cute.
Thank you so much, Henry. That's adorable. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, can you say that again? For resourceful people.
Empowers resourceful people.
Okay, like with PhilSME, we empower business owners. Henry empowers resourceful people. If you're a resourceful person, I'm pretty sure you would really like Optisys' ERP. Henry, thank you very much again for this interview. Will we see you in the next PhilSME Business Expo?
We've already booked for November.
Thank you so much. You heard it, right? Henry is already booked for the next PhilSME Business Expo. So come to our show and get to meet Optisys and get to explore different business solutions. Thank you. This wraps up our conversation on the business solution that Optisys offers for SMEs like you. If you wish to know more about the PhilSME Business Network and the PhilSME Business Expo, just go to www.philsme.com. Again, that is www.philsme.com. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to part 1 of this episode. For more information about the PhilSME Business Network and Expo, Visit www.philsme.com.
Hi, welcome to the PHILSME Business Show. My name is Margo and I'm the Partner Success Manager of the PHILSME Business Network in Expo. And I am extremely delighted to be your host for this episode. Today, we will be hearing about the business solutions that Bossjob provides for SMEs like you. Today, we will be hearing from Kimberly Chen, the Country Manager of Bossjob. Kimberly Chen is a socially impact-oriented entrepreneur. As the Country Manager of Bossjob, a chat-based AI hiring platform, she is committed to accelerating opportunities for youth in various communities. In addition, she is a member of the Global Shapers community, the Global Partnership Director of Wolf and Stederland and Business Development Group, and the Executive Director of Arcadia. Through these roles, Kimberly strives to create a more sustainable future, promoting better environments and communities to help people unlock their fullest potential. Hi, Kim. Thank you for being here. Now, before we ask you question number one, I'd like to know first, what's your most memorable PhilSME experience?
Most memorable, I think it was like a lot of micro things being combined together. The first thing, definitely a really smooth registration experience for me, and definitely going inside as in like wow bongga kasi like full talaga yung mismong function hall, diba? Really lots of businesses that I could really engage with, and really interesting conversations with the business partners or business people there during the event. Yes.
Thank you, Kim. Now, you mentioned, the event was a success for you. So I'm pretty sure it, out of the booths there as well, Bossjob also was a gold sponsor. Shout out to Bossjob. Their booth was also super bonga, just so you know, to anyone listening. So you have to look out for our next event because they will also be there. So, Kim, now, you mentioned you had a lot of interesting conversations as well. So I just wanted to ask you right off the bat, like, we want to go straight to the point, right? So what company pain points are you working on at Bossjob, and what kind of entrepreneurial problems are you fixing? Can you tell us a story?
Sure. It all started where we began, actually. Our founder, his name is Tony, and another is Kiat. So they actually have a lot of entrepreneurial friends, those who are just starting with their entrepreneurial journey. And one thing they found out is that whenever they want to look for hires, they always have a hard time. It's because for the platforms out there, it's always really, they're always charging really high fees. And definitely the barrier to entry, to barrier to actually use those platforms are really hard. That's why they had this idea. Why not create a platform that will be able to serve these small to micro-sized enterprises. So that's the first thing, in terms of the cost. And the second one, definitely, because a lot of HR professionals are also having a hard time in terms of like, having to have to sift through a lot of CVs in one day. For example, they have to hire like hundreds or like thousands of, people, especially for the BPO companies or like construction manufacturing companies, right? They actually have to hire a lot. So it's really hard, for them to like sift through a lot of the CVs in just one day. So with our AI component in our platform, we can actually give them a list of recommended talents, look based on their based on the skill sets that they're looking for in that position. So that would actually like lessen the time they need to sift through the CVs.
Thank you, Kim. You don't say. So AI is doing the work for you. I'm really sure that HR professionals are also listening to us as we speak. So everyone, I think a lot of people are familiar with the hiring process of most companies. It takes a lot of work. It goes through a lot of, approvals, sifting through CVs. So Bossjob hopes to make it more streamlined, easier for you. So, well, with the hiring process, I can only imagine there are so many stages to go through. But with Bossjob, how do your solutions work at Bossjob? How are you making hiring easier for companies?
Number one, it is a chat-based platform. So, for example, these CEOs, business partners, or HR professionals want to talk directly to the people or to the candidates, they can actually do that within the platform, which is one of the, most of the people that we give us good feedback from that. It is because sometimes they just don't want to go through the interview anymore. They just really wanted to understand the candidates better during the chat, right? And it's also a good thing for the candidates, right? So to fully understand what the JD means. Because if, for example, imagine if these candidates would actually go for an interview and find out that it's actually, there's a huge misunderstanding about like what the position is about, or misunderstanding about what the company offers, right? That would actually waste a huge chunk of time for both parties. So the chat base is really an important segment or important function for both parties. And also at the same time with the AI component that we have, which is the skills matching, right? This is also really valuable for the companies as well, because it really like reduce the time being spent in terms of like looking for the right candidates for their company.
Kim, thank you. So if I understand it correctly, step one is to chat. How does that work? Do you mean that you connect the applicants directly with the employers? They get to ask them any question that they have about the job posting.
Yes. So there are two ways, right? So one is that if they saw the profile of the candidates, they can chat with them directly, because we have two ways on doing things. One is that it's a reco talent, which is short for recommended talents, right? So that is where the AI would come in. So like based on that function, we would already give the companies a list of recommended talents. So these companies can look into the background of these people, and they, if ever they feel like this candidate is a good match for their company, then they can chat these candidates directly. There's also another way, which is they can wait for the candidates to apply to the job posting that they've posted. So after that part, they can then have a direct communication within the platform.
Thank you so much, Kim. All right, so what you do is really proactive. You give all of the best talents to the employers, and then the employers get to reach out to those people that that your AI has deemed to be qualified. Thank you. So, thank you for taking us step by step. We love to hear about, AI being used in hiring in different industries. And, it has such a future, especially with our SMEs. So, Kim, I understand you were deeply involved in the beginnings of Bossjob in the Philippines. So we would love to know, what's the story behind Bossjob? How did it start in the Philippines? We're very interested.
Sure. Well, one of our founders is actually half Filipino. So definitely, this person or our founder is really invested in the future of the Philippines as well. He's really bullish about what the Philippines economy can bring, not only for the national but also international as well. The reason that for me that I got involved in Bossjob, it is because of course, I grew up here, right? And then ever since I was still studying, I've always looked into talent mobility and youth opportunities. Because marami nagsasabi, parang there's so much potential in Filipinos, but then the biggest bottleneck is because of the lack of opportunities. That's why when the founder pitched Bossjob platform to me, I was like, yes, no question asked. I want to be involved with Bossjob. It is because I want to be able to provide more opportunities for the people. So Bossjob is not only about facilitating the employment, but it's also providing more upskilling, reskilling opportunities for the Filipinos as well. That's why within the platform, it's not only about looking for job opportunities, it's also having that curated learning resources for the people. So if in case they want to boost their technical skills or digital skills or even like soft skills, we do have that segment as well.
Thank you, Kim. It's really interesting to know that the founder of Bossjob is half Filipino. So we love to hear about Filipinos really making a difference in their own startups and their own businesses. And Kim, side note, you mentioned something about offering resources for Filipinos as well. Is that like something that Bossjob also offers? Can you tell us more about it?
Yes, we actually work with educational institutions. So, for example, Educacion, Escolabs, TESDA even. So with the learning materials that they are providing for the people, we actually like put those materials within our platform. So for people that are interested to upskill themselves, right, they would be able to find all of those within just one platform. So it's more centralized for them.
Thank you. You put it all in one system and you work with a lot of schools. You're really making a difference here, Kim. Thank you so much. It's really interesting, this conversation that we're having, and I'm really excited. Thank you. Bossjob is really making a difference. It's creating opportunities for different people. But Kim, we also understand that there are several other hiring platforms that do a similar service as Bossjob. So we would just like to know, right? So why should our audience consider you amongst the many other providers out there in the market?
One sentence: because we care. Because we care, that's why our service is really on point. For the employers that are looking to post their jobs, not only we do have the platform to serve you, but we also have a strong team of client success, customer support to be able to assist you any time of the day. And with the AI component, not only it would streamline your hiring process, but it would also make your lives easier.
Thank you so much, Kim. I agree. Kim, another side question here, because we know AI is really involved in the Bossjob platform. It's really making things easier for businesses. But Kim, offhand, I just wanted to ask, what would be your advice, your tip to maybe business owners who are still hesitant to use AI? They have some reservations. Can you share just one tip for business owners to overcome that one fear of perhaps being hesitant to use AI?
I think nowadays, of course, definitely if the companies are still hesitant, I think they have to look into why AI would make their lives easier, why AI would make their business actually be more successful. Because if they won't be able to use AI, they might have the risk of getting lagged behind. So it is really important to start looking into how they can use AI as a tool for their business success.
Thank you so much, Kim, for that wonderful tip. Okay, so Kim, actually, this might also be the part that our listeners are really tuned into, because this is the part where we ask you about your exclusive offer for the PhilSME community. So Kim, what's your exclusive offer to the PhilSME community?
Usually for companies that reach out to us, we give them 1 month exclusive offer. But because I'm here with the PhilSME, we'll be giving 3 months exclusive offer for all PhilSME members. So all you have to do is send us an email via the support@bossjob.ph, that support@bossjob.ph. And please make sure that in the email content, please add the invitation code, which is PhilSME, PHILSME. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Again, that is a really sweet offer right there. If I were you, I would email them right now. That's a 3-month subscription to Bossjob. So Kim, out of the many lessons you have learned in life and business, what would be that one thing that you'd like to share to the world?
One thing: be patient.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. So be patient with everything, with life. Thank you so much, Kim, for that wonderful tip to our listeners. Be patient, guys. Kim, it was really nice to have you today. So to wrap up the interview on a high note, we'd love to hear something that will bring a smile to our listeners. So do you have a business joke to share?
Yes, of course. The business joke is, drum roll please. Pagod ka na ba sa paghahanap ng tamang match para sa'yo? Use Bossjob now.
Thank you for making our listeners smile, I know. And perhaps, you guys are also tired of finding your match. So instead of picking up the dating app, perhaps as a business owner, you'd want to subscribe to Bossjob now. Thank you very much for being here. Will we see you in the next PhilSME Business Expo?
Yes, definitely. Gotta be there.
Thank you, Kim. Guys, Kim and her wonderful team at Bossjob will be there at the next PhilSME Business Expo. We'll see you there.
Enjoy the benefits of being a PhilSME Business Network member. Apply today at philsme.com/network. Are you ready to exhibit and reach thousands of SME business owners, startups, and entrepreneurs? Join the upcoming PhilSME Business Expo. Apply today at www.philsme.com/exhibit.
This wraps up our conversation on the business solution that Bossjob offers for SMEs like you. So if you wish to know more about the PhilSME Business Network and the PhilSME Business Expo, just go to www.philsme.com. Again, that is www.philsme.com. Till the next episode.